Es hora de regresar a Pandora y vamos a hacerlo por todo lo alto el próximo viernes 19 de diciembre, momento en el que se estrenará Avatar, Fuego y Ceniza, completando así la trilogía de James Cameron. Nosotros hemos tenido el placer de poder charlar con Jack Champion, Trinity, Bliss y Bailey Bass, que dan vida a los miembros más jóvenes del reparto, Spider, Tuk y Tsireya. Ellos nos han hablado de su experiencia en el rodaje y nos han desvelado el lugar en el que se quedarían a vivir para siempre.
Avatar Fire and Ash is so action-packed.
Right.
Jim is a very expressive writer. Like when we read the script, I felt like, oh yeah, like there's a lot of detail. Like it'll be pages of detail,
Right.
no dialogue.
Yeah.
And then, but when you watch it and you see, because it's years of work, a huge crew, so much love went into it. It like no words can truly explain how magnificent it is and how immersive it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we film different scenes, not in chronological order, and even we filmed Avatar, The Way of Water, and Avatar, Fire and Ash simultaneously, I feel like getting to see everything put together and in its own timeline, and just the way Jim wanted it to be seen, I think that was such a cool just thing, and I wish I could watch it for the first time, because I don't even know how to describe all the feelings just coursing through my whole body. But I think the action was something I'd forgotten about, because I expected the emotional roller coaster, but I did not expect just how the story takes you on a ride. And I also love the way Jim builds up tension and builds up arcs, because there's a line that happens in the beginning and the end, and that connects just everything in this film.
Yeah. Wow. I think the pacing as well is really, I mean, it's so, you feel like everyone's on the move, everyone's, either coming under attack or running from something. And in the first one, it was very much exploring, feeling a new home, almost like hiding. But this one, it's like, okay, the enemy knows where we are. And it's just kind of like you feel that in the pacing, which I think helps the overall pressure of the film, you know?
Live forever.
Forever.
The forest, for me.
Forever. I think on the Wind Trader ship, because then you could be everywhere. I low-key cheated, but
Because I
That's a
always say
good
the Wind Trader
question.
ship,
Yeah.
but if I had to I wouldn't want to be on the ship forever.
but they stopped, so I did like.
Yeah.
Oh, this is really hard. I'm so indecisive. Okay, I'm gonna go with the reef because I love the ocean. Although I really want to fly an Ikran, I think I would be totally happy with Ilus my whole life. So,
That's
yeah.
fair.
Well, Jack also had to do performance capture
Yes.
on set.
He
so,
did
yeah.
2 years of performance capture and then 2 years of live action.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we were with him for the 2 years of performance
So
capture.
those together.
yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if there's a hardest part. Maybe like compared to live action, I feel like
Yeah.
there's not a lot of makeup. I mean, it's just dots.
Yeah.
The hardest part for me was always just having
yeah.
to go home.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, oh. I don't know. I feel like we don't talk about this a lot. There was the tattoo pen. So for the underwater scenes, they couldn't put the dots on the same way. So I remember we would try to wash them off and it would stay for a day. We've perfected
Yeah.
the method now, like
Right.
years later when we had to go back to do reshoots, but we just went home with dots on our face because underwater we wanted to make sure they wouldn't wash off.
Yeah.
So I think that was the only part that I'm glad we
So
perfected
true.
we could wash off.
I was still in public school at the time, and I remember there were some days where I'd go to school the next day and I'd still have like black dot
Yeah.
remnants on my face. Never explained.
That's fun. Yeah, I mean, I feel like his evolution. I mean, he was born on the human base and kind of is an orphan, and he was raised around the Sully family, not fully accepted, which is why when Quaritch comes back into his life, he is very much like, I think all Spider really wants is to be fully loved and accepted, and I think Quaritch is like fully open arms, I'll love and accept you if you come live with me and support the human cause, which obviously is like against everything Spider stands for, but it's such a weird thing because it's his dad who does, in some capacity, love and care about him, so it's this really weird dynamic. And then with Jake's like the father he's always wanted but never has been fully accepted, and I think you really see that struggle in this film.
Never give up. Life is long.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
No, honestly, like we were immersed, honestly, into a big franchise attached to one of the most, if not the most iconic, dare I say, iconic franchise, one of the most iconic directors, legends in the game, when we were children. And I think it is hard waiting so long when, oh my gosh, we did it, we did our first movie, we want to see it. It is hard waiting so long for it, but I think in that waiting taught us grit. And I think that's a good backbone to have as we emerge as adults in the industry. I love that Avatar Fire and Ash really unlocks the nuance of grief. I didn't experience grief for the first time until I was 17. So it was after filming Avatar. It was like later in my teenage life. And I was like, okay, now I get it. Like until you experience it, you don't fully understand. And each character goes through it just a little bit. Even though this is still an adventure action-packed film, it does have that Jim Cameron nuance of humanness and emotion. And I that's what it shows me, is that everyone processes it differently, and sometimes that can turn someone into a dark being, and we see that in Varong, which I think is the most exciting thing in the film. And there's
that blurred line between the so-called hero and the so-called villain, when they're both dealing with so much turmoil and grief, and how do they react from that, and what makes them differ in that way? Or do they find many similarities in their grief?
Yeah. Mawe, because it's calming. It's very calming. I like Mawe. For me,
We did a word before, but no one ever asked a phrase. Like a phrase, because you said, I think Mawe smukan. Mawe smukan.
Mawe not fear.
Yeah, it's like yes, chill.
Yeah. Or in the first movie, Nasiri's kind of fierce with it. She's like, Mawe not fear.
Ya lo sabes, no lo olvides, el 19 de diciembre, Avatar Fuego y Ceniza en los mejores cines.
We sing the song chords to remember. Each beat, a story in our life.